Now, what you know, I got a topic already. What I'm gonna talk about tonight is emotional intelligence, and I'm gonna use the Russell Wilson and Ciara this hot topic as an example. Fear. Whatever you fear most controls you. You know what I'm saying, or has the potential ability to control you. And I'm gonna use an example. Whatever you fear the most. I put this post the other day. My biggest fear is losing my purpose, my drive, my discipline. Because if I fear losing that, that's what I'm gonna hold dear. You know what I'm saying? So anything else I lose outside of that, it may influence me. It may make me feel a way. It might, because we're human, we're gonna feel something. But if I fear losing my sanity, my purpose, my drive, my focus, more than anything else, that means whatever else happens around that, I'm gonna still be on point. I'm gonna still reach for my higher self, no matter what I lose. Now, the thing is, we've lost so much context these days. We don't see subtleties. We don't think of subtleties. We just react. We don't try to even understand the point of views of people. We just think everything is binary. Binary thinking is this versus that. And we don't realize that this can be right and that can be right. For instance, just because we see an emotional weakness in Russell Wilson, that is a weakness. You know what I'm saying? Because I've suffered from this weakness. That's an emotional weakness that he has to work on. Just because he has this emotional weakness that some men point out. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some men that's binary thinkers. They just on future side, so they just hate anything Russell and Ciara do. But that's not what I'm speaking on. Just because we see an emotional weakness doesn't mean I'm siding with Future. You know what I'm saying? I think he's toxic as hell too. So, but what I'm seeing is, if 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 Ciara has a toxic mindset, or if she's a person that tries to use leverage, she could use that against him if that's where her mind is at. Like she could be thinking, oh, he fears losing me, so I got the ball now. So if he fears that more than losing his purpose, his drive, I can manipulate that to my favor. I can do whatever the fuck I want. He won't leave me. I can disrespect him. He won't leave me. You know what I'm saying? I can do anything I want. He won't leave me. And if I leave him, he'll be in shambles because he holds that dear, more dear than him losing his purpose, his drive, his focus, and his self-worth. That's what I'm talking about. See, in this life, there's L's. You take L's. Everything's not promised. If you get with a spouse, yeah. Ideally, you will want to be with them the rest of your life, but you never know what's gonna happen. She may pass away. Y'all might fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might fall off from each other. But you still gotta have the drive while you on this earth to reach for your higher self. That's what I see when he says, my biggest fear is losing Ciara. And it making it seem like just because we see that weakness, that showing affection to your woman is wrong. No. This is what people talk about when they talk about beta versus alpha. We're not talking about no animal hierarchy. That's just the words we use for having generated inner strength instead of having strength from an outer source, outer validity. You know what I'm saying? So if you base your strength on an outer validity, it could be taken at any second. But if it's in you, if it's inside you, you should have strength generated from within you. That's where your drive and motivation comes from. That's where your ability to learn and keep going come from. If you lose what you feared so much, you'll be caught in this emotional, you know what I'm saying, roller coaster. You'll be caught up in your emotions instead of just experiencing your emotions, learning from it, and keep pushing and elevating from it. That's what I see. But people are not seeing that because social media has limited to me people want to talk, they don't want to listen or learn, they just want to speak, they respond, they read something just to respond. They're not trying to understand or intake anything. And I think that's what's the dangers of this technology, is that we don't try to, like, we don't we it limits communication is not just verbal. It's body language, it's tonality, It's emotional intelligence. It's understanding emotions, because emotions is a complex, subtle thing full of nuance. But people are doing this versus that thing, and that's not gonna get nobody nowhere. What happens with that too is that's what's going on. That's leading to idolatry. And with idolatry, what y'all are idolizing an image, and you don't really know what's going on behind the image. And people are attaching themselves to an image. And I'm gonna go to a quote later on when I drop more videos. And a lot of these celebrities are puppets, so they can lead you with images to a whole bigger agenda. But I'm gonna go right back to emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Emotional intelligence is very important. And I think that's the reason why the world is so thrown off, because we don't have emotional intelligence. They don't teach you emotional intelligence. They just give you an image of affection, quote unquote, what it's supposed to be like. I'm going to use an example. In school, when they showed you this is positive, they showed pictures of a positive, what's the word? Gestures, like a hug is positive. Smiling is positive. But all us no snake ass motherfuckers that smile in your face, that don't mean they positive. You know, all us no snake motherfuckers that give you a hug, give you a handshake. So you have to have way more emotional depth and understanding to see through these things. That don't mean what you see may be correct. They just mean that it may be this, it may be that, and that make you understand the subtleties more. So when Russell Wilson said, I fear losing my wife. Yeah, women are more so than men are more in touch with emotion. So they think, oh, he's showing emotion. Y'all hating that he's showing emotion. But if that same dude, if everything was all, if the government couldn't protect you no more, and it had to be up to your man, and he had to go get the food, and he show his emotion, saying, oh, I'm scared, I can't protect you, then you wouldn't respect it then. So what are we, or is it about values? Like, of course, affection is very valuable, but values, discipline, motivation, courage, self-worth, without these, ain't no protector. It's just a person that purely relies on validation. And it's like it's just like it's frustrating to see, because people they're not seeing that. They just saying, oh, y'all just hating because he's showing affection. No. I'm seeing the fact that this man is not valuing his discipline enough and his purpose enough to understand that, yeah, I may fear losing my wife. I love my wife. But if I lose my wife, I still have this purpose to fulfill. I still can grow. I still can push. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use another example. You see these motherfuckers in the street, and I'm not holding the streets to the pedestal, but I'm just using the streets in this example. If you're in the street and you decide to get in this game to get in a criminal lifestyle, if your biggest fear is jail, you're gonna go against the code. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go against what you decided to do, because you fear that more than forsaking your values. If you fear losing your values more than anything else, that's what you're gonna hold on tight. Whatever you fear most, you're gonna hold on tight to it. If I'm fighting for a cause and I fear jail, then I'm not gonna fight for the cause no more, because I fear jail so much, instead of me fearing losing that moral compass. Even though I would fear jail, I fear not standing up my morality so much, I'm willing to take what comes with it. That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, there might be men that's binary thinking, so they're not seeing it this way. But this is what I'm seeing. So emotional intelligence is a very important thing to understand. With emotional intelligence too is the understanding of what you value versus what you don't value. You know what I'm saying? Like, fear could be a powerful thing in a positive direction, and it could be a negative thing in a negative direction. I think this can be negative because if Ciara ever thinks of using it to her advantage, she could she got this nigga by the balls. That's what we're seeing when we say these things. That doesn't mean she just ain't shit. It just means that she has a potential because he just laid it out there. He put it in her hands. This is life. You know what I'm saying? This is how life works. And that's the reason why a lot of y'all people, I had a conversation with my one of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook earlier, and he was saying himself that why do I, knowing these people do me wrong, why do I still choose to rock with them? You fear losing them more than keeping your own dignity. You fear that more than keeping your own dignity and self-worth. That's why you still dealing with it. You see when you hold your core values and your principles higher than anything else or are cold, that limits the amount of chaos that you can allow in your life. That's what happens. So people say they wrong. What is it? Do you want a emotionally strong men or woman, or do you just want somebody to just be like have an emotional weakness that a handicap this in the strength that they should have? That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you have any thoughts and opinions on this, let me know. I may expound on it, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I see. I'm seeing the emotional intelligence issue with this because, oh my God, it's crazy out here. Like, and it's every time this happens, it's just like, oh, you see from this point of view. So I just assume that you just rock with Future. No, like it's like I'm seeing the whole shit. I'm seeing is at a triangle. I'm seeing that Future wasn't raising his kid. That's we're gonna go with that narrative. Future don't raise his kids. See, if we see that, Ciara didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? So Ciara didn't see that, but she had a kid with him. It's like y'all not seeing the nuances of that, and then Russell Wilson is not seeing that. Now, I'm not saying they might have grown. Like we don't know these people. Like they might have she might have taken accountability behind the scenes or like stuff like that. But I'm just saying nobody takes that into account. That's what I'm saying. Nobody taking those emotional subtleties and the fact that it takes time to step back from what you're doing, assess it, and then move on. People are not seeing that. They just jumping into shit because, oh, niggas hate bitches and no, she just trying to use him automatically. Oh no, niggas just hate seeing another man show affection because they are lonely and all. No, sometimes it's just pure observation. But that's what binary thought does. It clouds judgment. People can't see things objectively. They don't critically think because everything is so binary. It's like when that race was going on with Trump and Biden. I don't rock with none of them motherfuckers. But if somebody say one truth, like Trump was saying some true shit, that don't mean he still ain't shit. But since he said, I pointed out one thing he said that may be correct about the system. People say, "Oh, you're a Republican?" No, I'm just speaking what I've seen. That don't mean I rock with Trump. That don't mean I vote. I'm not a Republican. I'm nonpartisan. But that binary thinking shit leads people to a lot of heartbreak because you hold these people up to a pedestal and y'all become victims of idolatry. And these same people that say they Bible thumpers, it's in the Bible that idolatry is a detriment. You know what I'm saying? But we don't even understand what we're reading. We just go along with shit because of fear of hell or fear of, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Fear. What do you fear most? I fear losing my moral code because I value my self-worth. If I go against my moral code, the discipline and principles, I feel less of a man. So I'd rather keep that intact and deal with the other things I may fear losing, but I rather keep that intact because I can still wake up in the morning, look at myself in the mirror, stand tall, and have some type of motherfucking dignity. You dig what I'm saying? That is my rap on emotional intelligence. I might have a series on this because I think emotional intelligence is one of the things that, especially us as a black community right now, we don't hold at a high standard, like, or accountability, because we already know what this world is galvanized by. It's just, it's, I mean, in part, racism is part of what galvanizes this world, and we know that. You know what I'm saying? So what are we gonna do about it? We can't keep. I mean, of course, we gonna point it out, but we can't keep. We can keep getting mad, but what are you gonna do about it? Like, what is your accountability? Like, where's the emotional intelligence here, bro? Like, that's what I mean by emotional intelligence, and the handicaps of binary thinking. If you like this, go ahead and share it, subscribe, comment. If there's any topics you want me to speak on, and I feel like I have the knowledge or the ability or capabilities to speak on that topic, I will attack it. Yeah, fuck with your boy, Franco Shack. I'm out. Shack Talk TV, you dig?